Okay, today is Sunday, 17th November 2024. Time is about 10 a.m. Air temperature again is about 25 degrees centigrade, which is 78 Fahrenheit. Probably will rise to about 30 degrees centigrade later if the sun shines. Again, temperatures are still higher than average for autumn. So the plant of the day, garden plant of the day, is this curry leaf plant. Um, Leaves are often used in Indian cooking. Um, you see how big they are, um, and it can grow into a tree, maybe 4 meters, 12 feet high, something like that. They keep these cut down to maybe 2 meters high, so that they don't interfere with the view of the security cameras around the property. It's a tropical plant, but grows quite well in a subtropical location, although all the leaves fall off in cold spells in the winter. So, following on from my most recent video about colour of tubs, I'll try to carry out a couple of quick, very simple experiments to show how MEDAKA change colour, to try and match changes in the background colour of the environment they live in. So to recap, the colour of a fish results from pigment cells located in the various areas of the fish's body. MEDAKA have only 4 types of different pigment cells: black, yellow, white, and what is sometimes called rainbow, which gives the shine or glitter or lame effect. So MEDAKA can have some of those or all of those or whatever. It depends what sort of mixture they have or what combination they have of those 4 pigment cells. Now, if a MEDAKA has any black pigment cells, then the shade of black can change depending on whether the background colour of the environment is a dark shade or a light shade. So, put it simply, MEDAKA in a dark coloured tub will appear darker, and the change the body shade to be lighter in a light coloured tub. This just follows on from the black pigment cells changing, to suit that background environment colour or shade. Now, a bit of geeky stuff, okay, but greatly simplified. And I'm not a scientist, remember that. So very greatly simplified. Like most fish, MEDAKA have a pineal organ located on top of their head. It's like a photosensory organ that has photoreceptor cells similar to those in the retina in the eye. And these photoreceptor cells measure changes in the amount of light in the fish's environment, and these changes are reflected in the several things, but one of those, the fish's circulation system, the amount of maybe melatonin or similar stuff that's moving around a fish's body. And this change in melatonin results in the black pigment cells becoming either darker or a lighter shade of black. Now, again, I repeat, I'm not a scientist, and this is greatly simplified. There's a couple of other interesting points. Anyway, they're interesting to me. Um, this pineal gland also sends like photoperiod information to the brain, i.e., the day length is becoming longer or shorter, and this then controls the times of the year when MEDAKA are ready to breed. And even if MEDAKA is blind, I've read somewhere, but the change in colour and coloration to match its environment and its readiness to breed will not be affected because the change in the amount of light is measured by the pineal organ and not by the retina in the eyes. But enough of the geeky stuff. I have here my strain of yellow or gold MEDAKA. Not spectacular, but I like them. In this very light colour tub, they definitely look yellow or gold, particularly depending on the amount of sunshine there is. At the moment it's a bit cloudy, so they're not quite so yellow. But they have some underlying black pigment cells. And in a neutral colour tub, they change to a bronze colour, and in a dark colour tub, they change to quite an interesting dark brown colour. So I'll carry out a simple experiment to see if I can demonstrate this. Now these are these yellow lame. Let's see if we can get any colour change. These just caught them, put them in this neutral colour bowl, and these just caught, put in this black colour bowl. So we'll leave them in there for 5 minutes and see if there's any difference in colour. So 5 minutes later, the three in the neutral colour bowl are still quite a light yellow colour, gold colour if you like. Whereas the three in the black bowl, the smaller one, is still quite yellow, but the other two larger ones are beginning to turn bronze and might eventually change to brown. But the only thing is that I think the lame shows up much better at the moment, but maybe after a day in a black tub, they'd just be dark brown. Apart from the smaller one has probably got fewer black pigment cells, so it might continue to look quite good in the dark tub. The others will just be brown, and in the right light you might see lame, but otherwise they wouldn't look as good as in a lighter coloured tub, the same as those three over here. So what I'll do, as I say, so after 5 minutes, I'll tip these in here. And basically, you can see the difference. One in particular has changed a very much darker colour. The smaller one that was in the black bowl, maybe not much, but one has definitely turned a lot darker. And the other one was darker, but it's quite quickly changing back to the lighter colour again. And that's the way the black pigment cells change, depending on the environmental colour, in the colour of the environment that they're swimming in, living in. Yeah, the one that had turned quite dark is slowly turning back to being the same lighter shade as the ones who remained in the lighter coloured bowl. Maybe another 5 minutes and it'll change back completely. But all the ones MEDAKA I've shown so far, the cultivated MEDAKA. Sometimes the change in the black pigment cells is perhaps sometimes not so visible. But I think that the changes in the black pigment cells in the wild type of MEDAKA are sometimes much more substantial to match the background environment. Now, I don't have any of the Japanese wild MEDAKA, but I have in here some Hainan wild type of MEDAKA. They're hiding down the bottom somewhere. Probably not easy to see because they change their colour or the shade of their colour to match the environment. This is a neutral tub. Originally I had them in a dark colour tub and they turned dark brown. Put them in here thinking I could see them more easily, and now they're very, very much lighter and again not that easy to see. So I've now moved this wild type of Hainan MEDAKA to this light coloured tub, and they're much easier to see with a largely transparent body with a touch of yellow brown, and you can see their internal organs. Sometimes there appear a bit of shine on them, but no, in particular that at the moment there are really no visible black pigment cells. Now I'll probably mention it again later, but this transparent body acts, if you like, as a part of the camouflage, so that, for example, in the light blue tub I showed you just now, they were very difficult to see because the blue colour showed through the transparent part of their bodies. But anyway, I'll carry out a simple, very similar experiment to the one I did before with the yellow lame MEDAKA, and I'll see if I can demonstrate the extent to which this wild strain changes colour to match its environment. So I've just sort of caught the 3 of these wild Hainan MEDAKA, put them in a neutral bowl and put 3 in a neutral colour bowl and 3 in a black coloured bowl. See in about 5 minutes how much the MEDAKA in the black bowl will have changed colour. So I mean, one thing you can see from this, that you know, the 3 in the neutral colour bowl have a bit of a yellowish colour to them, but they're largely transparent. A lot of them, there's not a deep coloration there, they're largely transparent. So those in the black colour bowl, you can hardly see them because the black of the background you know, is not obstructed by the transparency of the actual fish. You can though see the light reflecting off their internal organs, so and their eyes in particular. But to some extent, because they're transparent, they can that's a form of camouflage. They just show the fish are just sort of camouflaged with the background colour, not because they're actually changing the colour of their skin, but because they're largely transparent. So 5 minutes are up. I'm going to pour the fish into here, and you can see just what 5 minutes. There's 3 very dark colour and 3 light yellow colour. So just 5 minutes in that black bowl, the 3 of them have changed colour quite dramatically. If they stayed in there longer, they would be an even darker colour. And now, if you just sort of, even now, you can see they're beginning to lose that dark colour um, quite quickly and reverting back to the same colour as the others. There's only one is almost completely reverted back to the colour of the others. There's just one which is still showing a bit of black, a bit of dark colour, maybe two, a little bit. But you see how quickly they can change. The the black pigment cells they have within their body can change quite dramatically in the course of just a few minutes. Now, I think the if you like the cultivated varieties of MEDAKA um, quite often don't change the shade of the coloration as quickly as these wild MEDAKA do. And as I say, the black Orochi, they don't change colour at all, even if they're in a white coloured bowl. Okay,